Now, one of the biggest questions that come up is this whole, in fact, I would say the two most important questions with Muslims is the divinity of Jesus Christ and the authority of Scripture, which makes sense because Islam, if you look at the history of Islam, was created over this question. And that's why you have reference after reference after reference in the Quran against the divinity of Jesus. So I would suggest, if it's so important to them, why don't we just confront the Quran? Take this book here, this is the Quran, and open up chapter 5, starting with verse 72. For God has no partner. And we say, hold on a minute, Jesus is not a partner of God, he is God. Therefore, that verse is erroneous. Verse 75, God does not eat. If God does not eat, then he's not much of a God, is he? So confront that verse. Of course God can eat. Please don't limit God. Certainly God can eat. And if he cannot eat, then you need a bigger God. Chapter 5, verse 116, where it says, where Allah is talking to Isa, and he says, is it true you and your mother are to be worshipped? Since when is Mary to be worshipped? Where does she belong to the Trinity? And so there are 3 verses right there that you can confront, because their view of the divinity of Jesus is the wrong view. The problem is the Quran. It's not Christianity, and it's certainly not our view of the divinity of Jesus. The problem lies right here. And so I would start with that, and then I would end with chapter 4, verse 171 in the Quran, which says, say not 3, for God is one and he has no son. There they are now confronting the Trinitarian view. They're confronting the idea that God could have a son. And you've got to go and define what a sonship is. You've got to define what Trinity is. Now that would take me much too long to do so. So I would go right to the Quran, use those 4 verses, chapter 5, verse 72, chapter 5, verse 75, chapter 5, verse 116, and then end with chapter 4, verse 171, and just bring them right through. Bring them home.